entina ama na Addo danko akufo ado ye ya pese yi na ye no ye nante region nim ne de kwame wo ba bedru Kumasi a wo behu se Kumasi kwan ba akom ye no bi ane ye ne da so ye ntumi anye na emum se wo se wo travel around Ashanti region na nanim krom ha kwame ekwan bone pa wo mfa bi so ye se wonim ha na still abe kwa ba be fa Kumasi ye nim region nim ne de ekwan na doso ano de na Addo danko akufo ado amambo anya hwea ma santeman no.
But I like the way Nano o capture no say political roles.
Yes,
I like the way I
we were not political enough.
Yeah,
what I say, how there mistakes no kwame ade de nipa ni hunu wa anya no na akoye de hyedem a o twemo be de no hu de hyedem enti no de na dankrofo akoma so pa umpeso mu hunu de mistake. And I think say Mahama me ade ba kwa me catch MPP for say NDC we ne power 2024 be me ya because onye hwe nso edi pa mo ne so bo. What I say oba ya Ashanti region kwa ndo say ne kama say
say a see kwa ya sanasa kuna nini isu a osu kire ne sebio
na ne da ne what I say and my point to cry na say Mahama ba na Ashanti region kwa ne nya pa nkebeka.
Yeah,
but by any I do draw to the sense will be any problem on that.
Okay,
and one who class on why so school news here tia mass form better na kwame.
Yeah,
na do de double tracking kwa ba yintino ya momo classroom abrosan ba kwa 24 unit classroom 24 na te say Mahama day school no a osisi ye number of classrooms e wo.
Okay,
you be say momo 12 unit classroom block bill yes dormitory ema tia mass toilet facility be ba na ye modern one am say momo mienu anema ye no tia mass no te say de ye wo school yes here da bi yes e si Mahama school no be miensa enti obi betra ha na mo si school da
yes so
yes kwa me wura school nim anto tia wonim
onse
kwa me de wura mu keke kwasra wo mo na bo so mo say mo infrastructure mo ncho na ni so school no si aza no asase no mu nie enti na compact no ho enti na ma hu say ya aduma wo school mpa
I see
enti do be honorable seka I heard him one day I know make case say mo ya akufo ado mo ba me constituency school ba ko pe me de ka asema and say school no nim say Ashanti na population does me nim say dining tia what was the school sir near catch say is the most highly populated in the region. I should tell you something,
and one of the highly sought for.
What I say enti me na Addo se kwa me ye nam region nim de and me Adam for NDC ni be consultant on run training programs you know na bia no ma kontakwa 2024 sa last year and onya adwuma kakra be obaye na region nim no ba ye na se so kokumawu ezo akofija asini nsuta okoma mpone ade a okone nam saa mpotem ho kakra bi kwan aye ono ba mo me nka no kre na ze akufo ado na Ashanti region wa ye bia mamu on one side of the region no
no me come you come ampoin and provisions they find them so and Saturday you can say from main road now and no bebre a year or ho ni sadama enti yankofa dropping no so na kwenda down sa so yanfa dropping and na driver na cross onim sa kwan no and na fa dropping e fire fear near do atwa you who as ahanyin suta
mojiran suta
no say ahanyin suta eh na no we ha kwan fefefe and say
na ko fa driver na onim na gisem na say o ka so ko driver na o kra de o twa mu ko fa do so o pa nka duru ho na no afa bomure na kwa free bomure ko si asoma so nkwanta da asphalt ya to ho no
oh my is one so
ya ye na kama polished no kra de no ne kwan a me fa se ko fidio badwuma ya de to aba dem say the latest one o ye pa ya to aba no
oh I see
so ahu na o free ho so a no mba bia mo fa no ye ho so free mu a kwa me oduru ya airport runabout a e do so kra kwan wa so ko fa jo so akowe na kwan wa oduru airport runabout for ni Kenya ase
okay
oduru Kenya ase abrem station ho na filling station ho bo sore kwan ba bia obi ni ma sore won akufo ado aye kwan to wa akosi ntonso obekwa akosi tobutu na chi
I see
and do free Kenya ase kontonso less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
Now Ujan so now come on pon. And the choir and kwa Mujina high says baby I'm no jray. Utu car now come on pon man ha hunko airport runabout. A choir. Utu car Utapata so do have a project in the terms I could see barricades and could see offense. As for tire ya could see offense to give no. Udu offense I don't know half a boy mine. Udu bo amaya Addo kusi agona.
I see.
Enti ye ka say ye ka kwan ne ade na e te de make no de ye politics no. Ye mfom so ho na so kwa me. Ye tikrum ha na ye di say ya no nyina ye krum na sa kwan do a make nyina akufo ado ye goye. Enti do ba bia said na no make say nkrofo kasa ma manage ye gya tum say ne ma ne bi kam no. Na ye show appreciation so say ye bi. Kana akabia me friends and the baba enti
another pay who had newspapers na honorable Samuel Abujinapo na okase minding no say enema bebre o ha say enko yi kra na eba newspapers ma am a review but yenti insama na oka.
Well, first of all, I think the suggestion that exogenous or global factors do not affect a country, that suggestion, we must be honest and we must keep faith with our countrymen and women and be bold to say that is true, that is correct. Global events affect countries everywhere in the world. That is a fact. It will be disingenuous, dishonest, and if you allow me, unpatriotic for anybody to suggest that events outside our country will not or do not affect our country. They do affect our country. Today, in India or Sri Lanka, I think, one country like that, I read it in the international news, is taking a day off, I think Wednesdays, as a holiday in order to reduce fuel consumption. Because as a result of the Middle East crisis, their fuel importation, petrochemical importation is disrupted, and therefore they've put in this measure to safeguard their citizens. So that is a fact. Let's as politicians, let's call a spade a spade. Let's be frank, let's be truthful. That is a fact. Secondly, our friends from the other side, the NDC, at the time of COVID-19 and the Ukraine-Russia war, said categorically at the highest level that it doesn't affect us. They said even Ukraine is 17,000 days away, this, that, and so on and so forth. And therefore, it ought not affect our country. Let us call out that hypocrisy, that political hypocrisy. Let's condemn it. And let's say that it was clearly a ploy to win the votes of the Ghanaian people.
You feel there should be some apology from the current government?
Well, that's up to them. But the truth is that what is happening today vindicates the Akufo-Addo administration. When the Akufo-Addo administration said COVID-19 and the Ukraine-Russia war affected our national economy and brought about many of the problems we had. It is not the only reason, it cannot be the only reason, but it impacted our national economy. For those who said it didn't and are now telling us that it does, for them, it's for them to explain to the Ghanaian people, but it's the dishonesty in our public life by some individuals and group of people whose sole motivation is to get votes. But that is one thing. That's one thing. That said, I think the more fundamental, most important point which should be made is that true leadership is tested not in comfort times, not in better times, not in favorable times, but in tough times and in times of crisis. History has taught us over the years that leaders rise up to the occasion in times of crisis, and citizens expect a lot more from their leaders in times of crisis as we have it today. Within a space of just 2 weeks, we've had a spike in petrochemical, the price of petrol in our country. It's a spike. And clearly, I'm not an economist, but the economists will tell you that not too long from now, we're going to have the spiraling effect. You are going to have transport fares go up. You're going to have inflation go up. You're going to have the cost of living crisis in our country exacerbated. It's going to get worse. It's going to happen. And this is where leadership is called upon. In 2008, during the global financial crash, President Kufuor rose up to the occasion, broadcasted to the nation, removed taxes on oil, on rice, on essential commodities in our country, and attempted to give some relief to the Ghanaian people. At the time of COVID, we all saw it, fellow Ghanaians. President Akufo-Addo stood up to the occasion. Free electricity, free water, brought about all kinds of measures for the vulnerable, fed the vulnerable, worked a formula out which ensured that healthcare workers were given tax rebates, generally gave incentives and relief and a welfare package to the mass of our people. This is what President Akufo-Addo did at the time of crisis. President Kufuor has done it. Today, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer of the United Kingdom has just approved £53 million to support British citizens in the purchase of oil for heating during winter. Countries across the world are putting in place measures to cushion their citizens. Our government should also step forward, especially so when in opposition they even had prescriptions. They said we can use a stabilization fund, we can use a sanctioned fund, we can use a sovereignty fund, we can remove taxes from fuel, and that we can take out about 8 out of the so many taxes on the fuel accumulation of pricing, which will bring about relief. What the government should do is to step forward and bring about relief and cushion Ghanaian people, as President Kufuor did, as President Akufo-Addo did, as other leaders are doing today across the world. Well, the hypocrisy of their politics and what they did for me is one thing to be commented upon, but in my view is tangential. The most important thing is that they should show leadership as President Kufuor did. They should show leadership. The government should convene an emergency meeting. They should convene an emergency cabinet meeting to discuss the situation and find a way of bringing relief to the Ghanaian people. Because at the end of the day, what is important is the welfare of our countrymen and women. They should find a way of bringing relief to the Ghanaian people, especially so when in opposition, they had all the answers. Thank you so much.
Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapo is the former minister for Lands and Natural Resources, right on Pure 95.7. I'm saying some more can as ampa and then what about Trancase near my Koso Abruche and then Susan Subia our Ghana economy no idea na udintro na entities for no a campaign DD another attempt can SMP. And so ni nsema isis no HSM nema bia ekoso bia no o ne honsu sanso a ewo Ghana so. Now kwakwe ibahu a story bi wa I think where Greg sent me. Okay, it says I won't pretend our own people are involved in Galamsey, Mahama, meaning. So I can say President John Mahama has acknowledged that illegal mining, widely known as Galamsey, involves individuals across political and traditional structures, warning that the fight against the maintenance will be difficult but must continue. He made the remarks during a meeting with the organized labor at the Jubilee House in Accra on Tuesday, the 17th of March. The president said illegal mining had deeply infiltrated the Ghanaian society, cutting across political parties and local leadership, making efforts to combat it more complex. And this is in quotation. Illegal mining has eaten into the fabric of our society. And I must say, it is not only a menace to our society, but it has involved a cycle of traditional rulers, political party appointees, and everything. Now, he noted that operators often shift allegiance when government change, allowing the practice to persist. Even when one party changes, those who are running some operations who went to one party will go to the next party and say, now that you have come and take over this operation and let's share. We too will be getting something small. This is what we are doing. And so I don't kid myself that we don't have our own people involved. All right. Now, me imagine not pay.
Me Joshua Burkwa.
What's saying?
Nyame adum boko.
And the president Agye say na da we pon na ye ka say President Kufo Agye nema bi trumo epa ho acho. Okay. And would you say idea President Agye atum aka say Galamsey no yese bia ye moye homodi o sand trust kra kan say na imufo no ekwa na omo face resistance enti amadwuma no edin pa nti wado awagye atum say onwan nkrofo ebidum aka ho na ma adwuma no enye na na etense obi ho a na bia wo MPPD NDC ba power no akono no aka je basa me concession ho debra ne enye ne enche na nso benya ade kakra de abon enti ono asese wagye atum say ampa ono nkrofo bi ka ho na ade no ne kon edin pa ye. Would you see this as genuine admission?
Doc onim sansemo fa Galamsey hu no it borders on our own existence. Nti obi a odidi agro no na se bi onani na ho na adiwe maka we say sa absolute majority bi na ba adimu no editrimuda ba ye body politics no mdodo na sa trimuda no awura ye system no mama impunity pa awura ye system no ne foforo meka Galamsey hu asem se wo ya ban na ba na wo jai ma onkrofo ewurawura mu sa awie a edu ba bia ne ko ye den eti wonya opportunity pa se wo se o research de de ka ba ye nka enkrofo kra fa huhu emfiri ba bia na sa kan ne se MPP for ne eti se nyame aye wadom na NDC awie ni de a na che se eno anu no ko bi kra nsi site because si site ho biem kra na so ya MPP ni na enkeno anu by se wo jai ma onkrofo no asif se ho na mo nkope sika enhwa mo ho kakra time be sa de we onse maka se so obi wura sa de aduma ne foforo no sa nkrofo na begu krom ha ne foforo no bonso aye no ho security ewo sa places so enche bia na enye concession papa bia na bia obi be asase bi no wagye bi wo ho encha wagye asase ni bia ne foforo kra de bi ogye a odema obi no oye wo ho na afedi ono akọ ha excavator wo ho na ono afedi obehu ya se wato excavator baako no obi so obeye sa de na obeto baako no wo hu se baako no emma no de tigiso nya be 9 na odri wadru baako a okọ danim no at what point na be stop no
yeah
at what point and obi si sa tangent no so no okọ a afedi e ba bia ne na yikoduro no enya form level ni biu na nya kohwe baby o jai sa de no from day one o de hard no kra na ye nkama ye ho eniema na wo sa ban yiye ema system no mugu ye ka bia em se ne foforo no wanfa be se o jai ma de bi eka ho saa ne ko ba di ho sa kokoo ye o mu de aguri onim ne impact benya the next season no sana kane na ultimate 800,000 metric tons wa hwe ya ebeye dey se obenya even 600,000 metric tons every say sabre e wo hoyi se obi kwa akodo ni kokoo ho a okobobosi ana de akodo yentua ne kana the school fees grant mintua na ote ho a ye kai didi agro no okaso okodo ni kokoo ho ne obobosi ana de akodo
yeah
okaso okogu kokoo no so ne also okobobosia na odi akoy what is the motivation pa ne say kokoo farmer kwa akobobosia say ode koye sa adwuma ya eno na beboa say the next season no ebeso no motivation be ya wa hwe kura na wa say oti ho na kokoo farmer na yire oka kire de say okobobosia akodo kokoo ho a say warija ye na aba enei kokoo farmer esme kobobosia me ba na tifie we na wo hoi commitment ne light bill kura na abe ya ontimi ntue na wo se o kobobosia ene so bosia kokoo farmer kan ne bosia bono ye bono kokoo krachi ne o ene kokoo krachi we e kura be ya se pa na kokoo krachi wonne se wa bie ne pro so wote ho se kokoo krachi na dwane enti saa bosia no okobo afiri hen na se wantimi so akobo bosia na anye na se 1 million na ekoduru ye no eso tia na koduru bi a 500,000 what is our mind on masa no because to lose you do $10,000 per barrel per ton for cocoa no na chese obo 1 million na yetina $10 billion. $10 billion cocoa kwa ana cocoa so ni activity a yemfa dollar na taye eti hu sika ba no eti na dem bia unya cocoa syndicated loan na balloon economy no na se wo ko free 1 million na tiba 500,000 kra also who say what lose senkaye 10,000 per ton what lose $5 billion sa sector where did agro ya first sector where ni agro tina na we ni brede e ka obi tinche ya ana de kofa sa de we nyina bai eye ya trimude kro ya eti who say the next season ahead of us Ghana ebetimi ayemobo because say yentimi ahete 600,000 metric tons expected revenue from cocoa no e di asembeba na se wabu obi abam titru ba bia wo kakoye why na anka bi obi a na President Mahama so appointment from day one because say Mamanani and na appointment omo yeye omu odu omu tutu pos I was say the oye and 10 temani mu ye reshuffle wahanya ebe se ne kon unim he
area benefice
se ofa finance minister e de ma honorable Addo force na honorable Addo force di o kan wo finance nyina because that time on na ye shadow minister etinsam no no na e kan ye on na eti etu wie na so de koma no sa wie a aka ni so because do aka na nura no eno na abai onu akogina mu ka kokko yi bi onye wie ye sa ma no even finance minister na yesa agi kokko no free agric e de kom kan ho no o sa bagina parliament say yenye hopeful say se de ba bia emu be ye de onu ni advice and a president de kan e bi say wa uni asase ko asase no because the figures were from there and na uni any moral right on earth as obi a why minority leader at parliament one kra na minority leader at a point in time be majority leader our parliament and say na wo sa be minority biem and na emu ache and na speaker openly onoso ka oho figures ben na wo pa na wonim e wo Ghana ha figures ben pa e na asa ba ban mu wieye no wo begina parliament first budget do ka en say one recap we we na cap da so no ya remove cap ya remove ti say ska ebe bu o man no mu de na say na ban ba akuru de ntri mo de pa na say de ya won cap education ya won cap energy side no sika abade eti eye den ne education minister say teacher for e was nke etua mo ka yentimi ntua mo ka na nya mi o mo nko finance minister adan sa dokwa ne free free sa dokwa ne free
na me na mentase
de aniama bi wom na de wom a honorable ase edunkati aka ya o ma anyia ntumu no o say wo ambitions o be president no for appointment to ho because the assembly party no the assembly by no and adrusu okwa and adrusu
mentase Agye friends say education minister say you try okay en finance minister now what are education minister
or say finance minister or say one wa block it
no
na say no or say what they've agreed on because we are committing on say or education minister and na we ya budgeting for sad we ya on cap education near me kra ma wusi scale be busu cho it is one of the promise akwa fan crofo afaya ma promises nyina awie na e ma or say enye onu akọ finance minister ho and the moment a governance ebe drew sa tangent no so on ma amemu mu nsema ena from kra hwe se koko asem ba yi obusa Greek minister also enyama emfa me ho emfa ne ho no e kire se onka bi because ye free no why na nim say koko enka ya Greek asem it said the whole Greek no anya involved in cocoa. Let's say a Greek minister and as a ministry no obi free mu ma emeka cocoa as a maybe. Now was saying finance they defend say finance no more. Meanwhile finance kroya in spite of niema oye as official board we on the down ni nyina banks e organ nyina be hye nsem ni ade nyina awie no. Ya sa the defense appeal so. Defense. Yeah, the amano. Finance minister. On say defense minister.
How?
On the amano. No, defense minister free muno. On the mano.
And I to you.
1990 na enkwadi free mo ewa. Nyame fo mu currency. Omu ko pay ye. Also on na awia no. Na also a rush back parliament. Ebe kan ho asem. Because a defense minister, all because of planes need to turn near the adini. If he say, Sanya mano, and was a wo beer at least, or yeah, ina, ya did defense nejano. And he appointed a new defense minister, cry, yes, daddy. And no, now we are now Saji Coco, Echo Pin Suria. Na Coco Muban Sama, a Greek for so munkabi. Why not say a Greek, or be free a Greek, at yes, Coco Numuzo Kamuasamna. Ni nyina ekoba na basic finance na finance no so beka oye one of your beka ba akopa bi na wagya hoko eti obi a o defend you so oye da bia no okyerekire mu no okire mu kwa okwaje bibi free finance ho a ne ya tuka ne de kokoko ase na ono akone na anam ho a no aka bia na nkrofo bu afu na okọ ne ba bi oye na ye awi. And when was the last time I say otukono nka se oka koko asem bi ne budget na sa oso okoko on the runs wie no asa te say sa fu no de begu sa aka no de ko enum no enti won de just afoforo ba
no one is one
okọ so on the I agree for them so munye enti finance one finance minister say obobusia 17 billion and the twetwa adwumaye foka 17 billion. And rolling over next year, Anukrana Akatuana Manu. It's the next financial year na die anymore. All projects is what Bebo Bosia saying, and a dia. I can't say which them say. There is no need to force the dollar at the pointer or core sectors of the economy on your honshi. Untouchy a Greek, untouchy industry. Now the yakra wo industry send say akase say president akase industrialization e betumi ayi free sa na me waka edzeni wakoka Galamsey asebie industrialization e be yi free industry no eye de ye besi ana de wo hodada sa osi afa na abesi dia it will take you not less than 2 years to complete senior ebia wo ka no etia no na yi abemu asem na aka ana de wo hodada no ade bi wo ho na wo ye ni etu fo na wantia hwe one district one factory gu ho no onim say finance minister ya yi na no oye minority that time even kura no so mu de ma exemptions so kai pa exemptions because won wa kwa cultural private person be say o meye factories e wo krom and woma ba and woma ya do point bi eti ebi here exemption say sa machine si dey or dey ba dia say sa ba gi ni duties ne sa na ma na ka ho a na dwuma no ontimi nya eti e ma no sa no yetimi calculate exemptions no ma na ye say sika Ghana ye lusu meanwhile say sa machines na ma factories na enya adwuma and so then minority leader ne or your finance minister also want me one district one factory no has him because on the ejijina mu say on play that as e be ma sa factories no exemptions and the waba o second year mu ni enkanye bia ankade e na ehokura de na ni kwa say ye dey because honorable Alanche Matia oye sa de no share sa anema nasem ono ade ne plan of industrialization eba president John Dramani Mahama ho wankwa no enko ka kire say manisu ade hunu ewo industrialization hunu e ho document ni odi amount enti die na si kwan say enka ba fa no kura say bra Ghana fo nyina ye wo ebia minister ho de na mbom ayi bia wo industry hunu ade ade a plan ya ebia onabo e de e bai ho dwumadie no ebia onna eye ade na nka eboso na matimi abie manoa ka kire Ghana fo nyina ogina parliament finance minister ese one district one factory no stage is a wo bia che se wo mfa ho wo nye hwe hospitals e wo nyina agenda 111 wo mfa ho wo nye hwe na omu ya food soldiers ma wo no omu so omu pa adwuma no wo say sa factories ni irrespective of stage adu bia no wo mfa onko ho no ase so omu pa adwuma na adwuma ba ya enti ni asifo afo mu na moni ho na ye ntu omu ka no
all right
woni say minister bia na no aka kire Ghana fo nyina say ya fan crowd be over then 100 400,000 o man ko interview so on there is also on record it is on first anchor for no man ko interview na say who untimi roll omo on board na yentua omu ka no me wa finance minister so akobo bosia 17 billion ena dia so eya no me ho akatua no mai eti wo jai kokoo sa wonso na finance ne yaw na say the next season the anka we expect from kokoo no wa nya. That is where the difficulty is.
Right.
Last one on this because a link to full on the other. On say time bia baby a dollar dan. E ho na full on the dan. Eti me can say o jai o for so dollar no to 10. Oil marketing company there the margins no working on. When I say a buying o dollar near 10 cedis to $1. Fine. And now one added dollar never ban near the Accra oil no petroleum products naba. Fine. On your bar or the margins to tusu we are what in the baby. It will be that's all say auto petrol 10 cedis per liter. Because dollar no nam side range now. On your ho. But other the other flip of it. Every a year I buy fees and levies bia utum. I was saying bia sote because oti petrol no so ba sa say diesel na nam 14 15 16 diesel na nam sa wi na say ka even a tiba 10 po na say DVLA charges any niema e wo ho nyina ne board de fra ban na mu ba ne board ya that one force drivers want so meanwhile ekwanya wa wonim se ya projects say ekwanya kese ya deda ho de contractors we nye nemo enketu akeka drivers nam so omu ho ba kire omu no ya de bibi frɛ drip machines ni ya to dada ya training for dada na momfa nye sa adwuma no nti say 2 years ya na nkeda ya nim besi sa abri e wo se nkankuro nketu mu ekwan nyina wanu asem ka ya na moguso na moye se uji ni nyina wo so de akoma Nilante Vanderpool honorable o de question nisa enne hwan na ati Nilante nka ese drip no eye den se eye den
so man is ka fu akronya stand
it is one no complain na dia asem ne eka ade a wo se nka wo ye a reduce fuel consumption no ade e wo hu se eye ene afa ne eye speed ramps o speed ramps nso na shi petrol pa speed ramps se wo consume 100 speed ramps bet me dia call 120 she margin that so.
All right, now I'll come back to you, but I don't know whether now our neighbors are no longer Togo, Burkina Faso, and Cote d'Ivoire. Seems like our neighbors now Iran and then the United States and Israel. And we don't now belong to the Atlantic Ocean, and the ocean is straight up. Enye go for gidi bim. Yeah. One is a designer.
Man, I'm the amount. What to some heavy?
Mischief.
Kwame mischief. Yan chat here for. Sa first no near Ghana there. Sa simsi baby affected, but then say my we mono. Baby affected. Na che so mo ban yent. Na say Ghana map na say drone foforo. I don't know a man tia say bam so what I say. Kwame President Mahama asem na okokan na man nyo nwa say o say ne nkrofo no na eye Galamsey no. Na President Mahama me de me unim say na de bia nya me nwa wo wi ase da because I don't know why. O may vice president near penasem say o ko TV so a say de na o comport no ho compose no near penasem. But when he came to frontline politics from running mate basi na me nyi ni dawo. President Mahama, I don't know why. Yes, I don't trust him. And to me, not the BIA ECBI nyame. I don't know why. I have a lot of respect for him. We share na bonte kura say function as President Mahama today so now ko China the way about me onime. Personally, he doesn't know who I am. But I said, irrespective, no, or to Anamugdona China, the way he comes down to greet everybody, I like him.
Yeah.
What I say, but I said no credit. Now one, I've never trusted him. And to me, I gave you a dear
before. On trust you, but next be a wire name will be because you build on trust.
Oh, deep sense of feeling and understanding. A small can be you can read behind there. Professor Kachiro. What I say, and then politics. I mean, what me could be no. Say come no trouble to my scam. But him say election is cannot demand on support. But person could never be a case of support. But be now own him there. Oh yeah. You take it and go. No, you don't why there. Counter. What I say, auntie. I have seen him in that spectacle. Kwame, and the President Mahama said, "You this and crop for you be." But and Okra say, "Kwajo pepra or pray regional youth organizer when this Mukruma or say small scale miners. One of your conveners said, "No, I could for a time no Galamsey."
Okay.
Now kwajo pepra constituency bebre kunya issue anu afra mu nipa we watch me machine eze kwajo for asem kona Galamsey no ye na nya ska no kra nka ma ebi ya brebra so a kwajo pepra NDC ba ye wo ye Galamsey ni mo otiase and I was then ho abata sameja mfimu ayi no so mo no mo ye monitor ni ade enti machines affairs na nkrofo bia mo din komodi chese no mo okruma nya ba bi mfa machine nya adwuma na sa kwajo mo nkrofo na NDC for no tumi ka se family nya mfa nkoya adwuma and no cross NDC for na year juma. No, unfortunately for this country, we have a president and also do bit me a boy and say of a Brim River or best spend $35 million say or my Brimu and yate. Kwame, I will some say Galamsey ntokwa ye kuna apart from say since na say no. I who say sooner say ye worried no. Ade pa nim say di nya say chemicals no won so no. MYA. And the President Mahama ni EPA for so mo de copper nanotechnology biaba. I don't ever think so. No, come nano copper technology no asechire ba kope. The copper particles no, it is able to bind onto all other particles. Are suspended in water. A process a friend of flocculation. Na water one density. Said the mood root changes our particles no. So nano copper no bind to ana heavy, it becomes denser than water na sink it onto the riverbed. And the chemicals na kasa na mensu na ni ahunu fi ni bibia na koda nsu na ase enfri nsu nim se fish ni je no mu gu nsu na akwa mo ni je anom ko nsu na ase do mo na bobo ade no ebesa stay up so dust no na particles no dey call but chemicals na ye metals na ye su hon sa mercury any ade enfri nsu nim. Mahama is spending $35 million to sink these things onto the riverbed to give the impression the optics to the people of Ghana so ma fight Galamsey. Do you know why he's doing that? Or yes, sir, because on percent this phone beja Galamsey ne. Because the source of dirtiness and chemicals no Galamsey no. Once the people of this country know who says so na hono their friends Galamsey no. Anyhow. So that we spend $35 million. I'm a bring money at Tenanga and this for sika gumotom. No, I cost spend some $50 million. No, they are Corriva Pra. No, they are Fabia $100 million. No, they call friend. Sir, this is how he wants to deceive the people of this country. So Galamsey. Come away, president. I bet me don't want to know so. Why president to cancel my bet me Adinedi because EPA maame no kra ka me te asese kwame minerals e won so mu te se manganese copper ne sulfur ne de na manipa ahoden no calcium ne ade no sa copper na no you know technology abesinkini nyina and so water no eni mineral bia anti maame na yesu ne se wote kurase wontimi nsansuo num no kwame no obesansuo anum ahoden nim Jesa osa akopa nsuo a ye de mineral gum jesa calcium ne ade ado benum nsuo na ne bones nyina ye wiki only hydrogen and oxygen and aka and I de ma nti wa kwa me nsuo num nsuo kekase nsuo no say ye funu say liquid ye num nsuo because of the minerals it is what demineralizing nsuo no na say obi odo afu no na won fa na ntu so wonum nsuo akwa me onum de. And this is the president we have today. Our person here ho to no so. So also reset to man no man can reset na me ya me no ya adwene because the reset kwa me o phone okura wo kobo reset oni ba bia do ba kwa ne me wo so nyina na be firi so. We have inherited a country from the Ekufo a time you who say amamu ho. Kwa me ne ma papa ba o ma we mu dodo na after Rollins dia de ne hu say ne bie democracy mu empuntudwuma ene o ma ba nom so mo reset kwa me he no de kwa nye achi na o ne o mu NDC ko ja ye na no de ko. You can start from where your father ended and end at where your father started. Tije Kufo be fa Ghana na nya no be ye ne ba bi o ma be fa na ba bi a Kufo be fa free ho na Mahama so de ko na Ghana fo ji tumu ene ye bo dawro na reset say o reset. And the papa be obetu ye bia or reset de yakọ no echi. That is where we are. Because we have sought to progress. Ya pese akwa anim. Unfortunately akwa so reset mo so mo no ya adwene. Then no be reset because Mahama before so free power no. Na Mahama amamu ya amamu na nkura mpia school fees. No mu tua utility. Ya ba ya na Akufo Addo be yi free ho mo so reset ampa no be o sa the utilities are cost back to secondary school and grade ya. How? Yes, that's the reset. Mahama omedi ade no. Na koko akuafo omuma. Anya hwe kra no na do be like ne betimi nya scholarship. Na bebre matifie ene. Ya me ya adoma ma Akufo Addo. Aba ma na u papa koko su ya nso wose school no de ntwan scholarship because nkra no ko enye yi. Obi a nko secondary school free. Na emum and then Mahama about to the sense that Akufo Addo town no there no buy na papa ne mosika fa the bank university no wa reset to the point they say ne koko papa do a won tua the car o school fees in so a first na nka papa tua no tertiary ne atum by 40%. Utilities na Akufo Addo tua o tertiary wo twam o papa ne tua so wo koko ku ani ba o benya free education na we secondary ba kwa kwatena free tertiary o tra nya ya. That's the reset Mahama has given to this country. And yes you ana dia now so na be catch na dollar kwa me say the real value of money is not the exchange rate but the purchasing power. I don't know man who sika ho den so be say na dollar no yes okay na dey into a trouble down ho say 10 but 10 no na o say and then open no you must say na ye nya ho mfa so because o kokra de free abruchira ba de kwa me obenya mfa so obehu na wo de na wudi wa bra ba wo bo nyina wo bo no krum ha no sa ade na yema because the award brucha first no man news kakakra no kwa me no de bre wa anya hwe kura na anya $1,400 and ultimately to be ade ultimately to the ente so ya tum ana Mahama say na the dollar number 10,000 for no nya 1,001 o purchasing power cost and ase kofom because again and commensurate prices with the exchange rate said na Canada no say state of living no I improve and I say ejina baby ejina. Unfortunately for you, we expenditure every day kosoro. The same cocoa farmer na kwame what in cocoa so na minority MPC ba ya omo engage omo say asem person catch President Mahama and say odomoka. Kudos to honorable anodom press or lead minority for na omo na ma na omo ko manso area ne ade akọ engage omo encourage hwe sa cocoa kuane no na wabeto ne kanea mu close to 40%. Sa akoko kuani kro na kwame oba watu nzum. Sa akoko kuani na transport kosoro. Enti wo pa no. Oba ma ni di yi. Wa be ka che ne se ne. Rekoka kwame map am de ma we ya so ntiase. First no. Asema ka che Ghana fo nyina ne se o ma we ba bi etene pa de. Yentumi nkofa ba bi fo asem. emfa me bate ho because ye to bomb no kure nru ha na no ye 7,000 kilometers to Russia and I had to Iran na ye 9,000 no and the president Mahama atimi ahwe Ghana fo anima ko gina Jubilee House na ano a one nkramofo mpanimfo breaking fast e ho aka atrom say ye nyina ye nyintum sa de yakoso wi ase no enya arabofo nkwa na kom na kan nyina the same John Mahama no kwame oh dabi panindie ye politics na ye nkura wo or ye pani ba bia waduru no so kasama didie ba politics
first na kasado now we down him say enye correct me wa so you condemn it
and Fanasa
and that was why
and you come into say no yentimi mfa na asem enya hoto so na nu asem sa na paso kasa ye fan so do trofo into a car yenti sa
David what I'm saying is
the president of our country you want to say so you lie yentum
that's how me pache the obi akase mo sa asem na enye ene
menka bi o meka say maka bi o menka bi memegidie ni say oyo pania na numu asem na asem bi ha wo ka na gu hu fi so wa mpacho amenka bi o ense sa wa not say dey sebe wo nim ho hwe no wa watumi akokeka nsem en time na Mahama kasa ansem kire Ghana fo say oh COVID ni issue so ko do Harvard ne other international communities no make speeches na o can be different from the Ghana no ka kire ene
so in trouble
but you're representing Ghana as a former president. I know your friends say, but you do or man will to me be my kwame nipa say be the president as an EU. What I say, nipa say Ghana has be the president. So for you to be accorded that way, no, you represent us until now, even after your life as a president, you know. Yes, man, yeah, you mani mti akasa akopim so bewu. Because baby abegina biano, we want to see you say Ghana jina dasu jina ho. No, we a former. And don't come baby can say hormone trouble and to the obey the open abaha. Abaye bibi foforo papa no o twa trust to the point say ne asema muka ye bia kwaso be fight corruption and then no ultimate term say Galamsey kan obu no muka ma bi ma no na wontumi hwana na kokko to say otu Galamsey ka mo be the wontumi akokko because of Galamsey and our dream ho
no wontumi get say there
they have taken wontumi to court to say concessioner they said Ibrahim Mahama will be the to go na untumi obi amran paper da so no almost suspect say nkrofobia koya adwuma wa assassin sa untumi na ma omokoye ye ma concession amra e ma kwa so ye mu adwuma aseman na amran se so be ma third party bi akwa e so koje approve free ministry ho dey because conditions ye dey man na obuko ye dey ma no mu na wo nipa no okwane ye ma approve then we know say free na kro no responsibility ni transfer manipa we nso entie monitor no almost say won't me say nkrofo akoya adwuma wa wa koje approval nobody has accused them to me so ye Galamsey e do sorry no mo dana mabante ka bibia na won't be the court enipa omo tra omo aka che so ba tu kro no aso ba nkrofo wo court nyina ma court mponi wo masem nwie na court no nka so nkrofo no ni fo wo so kra de sebe omo nsem fatase court na mo wuram omo NDC fo na wo ye we na be ka che Ghana for so nkrofo bia bokro no do omo kokota pam obi baju adi ene say MPP ni court na de no tun kra obi anim say wo de ye bibi keke because na nkrofo gina court wa am ye no masem. And so this president here ene fuel abai want to me and trama ntokwana nkoso boso mepe president Mahama ntumi o kwama ntokwana nkoso boso me kra baka say afedi agye nsem na say what issues ni effect o Ghana so 2 weeks pe ena issue to akoba bia akoi kwame na ene boso mentam no say ntokwana to aso e
now there's this issue that I want to Salam
wada mamengia no mano